Hello and welcome to today's video where I will be talking about Artem Straps, which is a small Australian company, I think, producing high quality straps, specifically for sports watches. Their main offering is sailcloth straps. They do make nylon straps, so NATO basically, and they also really stand out because of their deployant clasp options, which I really like. And I'll get into those in detail. Quick summary here, I really like them. I think they're perfect. I will be doing this review with the strap set on my Omega Seamaster 300 Professional, which is the green version. And funnily enough, this green strap that I'm reviewing matches this green perfectly. So yeah, very nice detail here. So yeah, let's not waste any time and just jump right into it. All right, welcome back to this review where I will go through the Artem straps, specifically the Artem hybrid sailcloth. Basically hybrid meaning it has a rubber sole underneath here, and then on top some synthetic material that is embossed to look like sailcloth. And yeah, let's start with the specs first of all. The length here, we've got 75 millimeters here and then 115 on the longer side. The thickness, it's got a really good thickness or taper of thickness here. It starts at 5.3 millimeters and then tapers down to around 2.5 at the bottom here, which is perfect. We also have, so this version is a 20 millimeter that tapers down to about 18 millimeters here, which is also good. I like that. One of the complaints I had with the steel bracelet on the Omega Seamaster here is that it doesn't taper. It's very thick, it feels very thick. So yeah, that's nice to see some taper in other straps as well. Otherwise, we're just looking at regular 316L steel. And this specific version, I had it on, I wanted to try the RM, so Richard Mille style deployant buckle here. So it's called a spring leaf system here for locking. I'll get into that, how it works. But first I want to talk design, because Artem straps basically mostly just they sell their sailcloth straps, and then the rest, they also have NATO straps, of course, but this is definitely their flagship strap, and this is called the hybrid one. So let's take a closer look here. We can see the top synthetic material is basically embossed to look like sailcloth, so it's not real sailcloth. You can get it with different stitching and different colors, and I really do enjoy their colors. They're quite subdued. They have green, beige, black, blue, and I feel like they can match a wide variety of dials because of this subdued color. And I would say specifically this green one goes extremely well with this green Seamaster. It matches it perfectly. So if you're looking for an aftermarket strap, it matches it better than the Omega rubber strap that I have for it. So this is really cool. And I think it would also really well match the blue one if you had the blue strap. So design-wise, very simple straps, but I think what their selling point is here is really the quality, of course. Now, when it comes to the deployant buckle, the designs are also quite, let's see here, quite minimalistic. So as I've written in my written review on the blog, hypenstyle.fr, they're quite simple buckles. If you look at here, this is the generic buckle that it comes with. And they're quite simple designs, yet unique. They kind of made this feel a little bit unique without going over the top in terms of crazy designs. And I really like that. So yeah, and also I'm really a big fan of the subtle logo here. This is the Artem logo. It doesn't look like any specific logo. It looks like it could just be a shape. And I really like that. I'm a fan that they didn't write Artem because, again, this is an Omega watch. I want this on my Omega, and you know, I don't want it to say Artem. I really don't. I really like that it's kind of subdued the branding, so I'm a big fan of that. And yeah, they're just mixing a good mix of polished surfaces and brushed here. Specifically, the generic buckle is far from generic. Like if you're just buying the strap without a deployant buckle, you will get some nice, let's see if we can see here, some nice beveled polished edges here. A little bit more angular design than this one, and a nice fitting pin here that fits perfectly in its hole. So again, just a really good clasp and deployant buckle design-wise. Now, this strap, compared to the other ones they're selling, the big difference, of course, besides the rubber sole here, as we call it, the rubber underneath, I think, is that you can see the rubber on the sides here as well. So you're actually getting kind of a black line going down here, which makes it a little bit more sporty. It gives it a little bit more personality. So big fan of that, this version of their straps. Now let's talk quality here. Very good quality. I think this is really their selling point, their main selling point. The strap itself, subtle, very comfortable. We got FKM rubber underneath here, so very comfortable. Also, the stitching is tight. Everything feels really well. The upholstering here is very nice, like I mentioned in the specs. Overall, the strap is just a really good strap. And their other versions do have like a little, there's a little rubber on top of these holes to kind of keep them looking good for longer. I don't think this one needs it because of the rubber inlay here. It kind of protects the holes a bit more. But yeah, you're also not meant to use these too much because their whole offering is really buy a strap and get a deployant buckle. And when it comes to the quality of these, it's extremely good. Like I'm going to show you here, the feeling of these, very snappy. It's hard to see. They really close fast, right? But it's such a snappy feeling, and it's very solid security. I mean, you can lift it, but it takes a very wide range to open it. You can see it still wants to snap back. So I've been wearing this for a while now before I'm doing this review, and ergonomically, it's perfect. It really is perfection here. I can show you here. So basically, when you take the watch off, it just has this very satisfying snap. Just like you would love on a chronograph to have the snappy feeling of the chronograph pusher, the same mechanical feel here. So really nice, I would say, feeling with this one. It's also very thin, so it doesn't push too much into your arm. It's nice and rounded as well, so it doesn't stick too much into your wrist, which I hate. So again, when it comes to the quality overall, it's really nice. The tolerances as well is nice here. There's really no play. These parts are just secured tightly. They can move freely, but there is no play, almost none. You can see these are welded shut and polished, these ends here, so that's really nice. Basically, the quality I would expect from someone like Omega. So really high quality as well. No attention, no detail was spared here. The side here is polished and brushed. There's even a bit of bead blasting going on here, but then on the underside as well, it's polished. So they haven't left anything to chance, so to speak. So yeah, overall quality of this strap specifically and the deployant buckle is really good for the price, I would say. When it comes to ergonomics, so let me put this on the wrist here. So the first thing I want to mention here is that it's not, because of this spring leaf system, it's not the same way you would put on another strap. So you kind of have to get used to, it's hard to show here, but this first one, you would pop in the first one here. You have to get used to a new kind of movement to get that in. So I was struggling a bit in the beginning, but now it just is second nature. But you basically have to pop it up and then move it towards the exterior. Once you've settled that movement and that's fixed, once you've gotten used to that, then putting on the strap is pretty easy. So you do one, that's the first one, and then the second one, you close it like this. And because of this spring leaf system, I can actually lift it up a little bit so I can start tucking. It's a little hard to do it this way, but I can essentially lift this up so I can tuck it right underneath the two loops here. And I kind of like that. It gives you a little leeway to kind of pop this in. Let's say this was a push button, you would clock it in and then you would have to kind of bend this. But in this case, you can just lift it a little bit up to help put the remainder of the strap under these hoops here. And also, of course, a little detail here that's good for ergonomics. The first hoop is stuck between these two teeth here on both sides, so it doesn't move. I do wish these were green. That would have been nice, but otherwise I'm really happy with the way these work, and they don't slide off. This one barely slides off because of the rubber on the sides as well. So there's good friction. And yeah, I mean, that's really it. So taking it off as well, very satisfying feel to it, very snappy. And there you go. Really nice. So again, these go for, I think the buckles are $73 US, which is around 69 euros, and the strap goes for 218 US dollars, which is around 205 euros. So quite well priced and really good quality, and as I've written in my review, very well worthy of luxury sports watches like the Omega Seamaster. I could see this on a Speedmaster as well, a bunch of Rolex models, although Rolex, their integrated bracelets are quite good. I don't see myself changing perhaps a Submariner strap, I would probably keep the original one or put them on a NATO. But for many other watches, this is a really, really, really good and sporty luxury option. It feels like it belongs on a luxury watch, although you could put it on anything like a Seiko. But yeah, quite good quality. I highly recommend Artem. Go check them out. And yeah. Hope you enjoyed this review. There's a full detailed written review on hypenstyle.fr in English and French. Close-up pictures, a lot more detail in that review. But yeah, I just wanted, it's easier to show the functionality and wearability of this on a video, of course. And the last thing I want to mention before I shut this video down is, yeah, again, I've been wearing this for a month now, and it just feels really good. There's one thing is if you're left-handed and you're working on your computer with a mouse, for example, then it might not be the best idea to have any of these kind of deployant buckles. They kind of, once you start pushing your wrist towards the table, it kind of digs in a little bit. But I usually only work with NATO straps when I'm on my computer, and then I take this on when I'm not. So yeah, again, just a little note I wanted to mention. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Go subscribe and like if you want to see more of this, and I will see you in the next video.